gone to the veterinarian, and when the veterinarian tells you like how much it costs to treat your pet, I have been there, and guess what? I am a veterinarian. Yes. And like, as life sends you curveballs, anything can happen. Anything can happen in your life. Diseases, an accident, like things can happen in life. And also, your pet's life can change suddenly. So, remember, I'm Dr. Monica Valardi. I am a doctor in veterinary medicine, and I've been working with as a veterinarian for more than 30 years. And recently, like 5 years ago, I started working online as well. Like, I became a digital creator, something that I had never seen coming. But I don't know, I fell in love with this because it definitely showed me a way to create a different life, a different way of working, and also reaching more people. So, if you have been there and you did not see it coming and you love your pets, because having a pet is just so different in any family. Having a pet means so much because they change our lives. When you come home, who's the first one to jump into you and to tell you how much they missed you? Who's the first one who just coming in, even if you're tired, in bad mood, or if you're whatever, the worst days in your life, who is the only one who will be there hugging you with the biggest smile? It's gonna be your dog. It's gonna be your cat, because you're everything for them. One day you chose to be with them. One day you chose to have them. One day you chose them to become your family. So today is a day when you could change everything. So before we choose a pet, what should we do? We should be ready financially. That's exactly what I started doing when I decided to become a pet mom. So, but unfortunately, I didn't see it coming. I didn't see how much it could cost to have a pet. I don't know if you have already planned it, or if you have ever had to face a serious illness with your pet. So my question is, if you are not ready, what are you waiting for? If you're not ready because you have to pay for your car payment, you have to pay that mortgage, you have to pay for your kids' college, you have to pay for that trip, you have to pay for your own medical expenses for your family. But what happens with your pets? What happens with them? Do you see your life? Do you see yourself without your pet? I don't see myself without my pets. I cannot imagine my life without my pets. So if you follow me on my social media, you will see that I am constantly showing up with my pets. Why? Because they are everything for me. I am doing this life and my dog is sitting here next to me. I have two dogs. So what happens? Have you ever felt that pain of saying, oh my God, I cannot pay for that treatment? I have seen people that had to remove their pets' teeth because they cannot pay for their teeth treatment. So those pets do not have teeth because we cannot afford that treatment. Some pets that have to put us asleep because we cannot afford a treatment. It's sad, but it is a reality. So I have been working lately with people above 50, 60 years who are only with their pets at home because their kids are gone, because life changed for them, but they're by themselves with their pets. So their pets become their most important company. I mean, our family is always very important, but they have to continue with their lives. I have myself 3 kids, and all of them, 2 of them are already doing their lives. I still have one at home, but she's very close to her college age. So what will happen when the day comes and I'm divorced, and and I don't know, but my pets are too important to me. They have always been very important to me. But then I see all these women that are so worried first. They are not in their 40s or 30s. They're in their 50s, 60s, 70s. And they are still working full time. So first, they are not enjoying their lives, or they are enjoying it just 2 days in a week or after work. Secondly, they cannot spend more time with their pets. Third, they are working because they are behind in their payments. They are working because they have to pay for their pets, food, walking, daycare, whatever it is. And they want to enjoy their lives. They want to spend time with their family, with their grandchildren. But being broke or having to work full time, even if you're lucky enough to find a job, because after a specific age, you know it's very difficult to find a job. So what happens? We don't get enough income to pay for our pets. So just do you see yourself? Do you imagine yourself? Do you see yourself by yourself, not having the money, not having the time? You did not plan on time. You didn't plan ahead of time about how you were going to pay for those vet bills. So you're not alone, my friend. You're not alone. I am here to help you. I'm here to help you because I run an online business. A business. I am still working full time, okay? I don't want to do it all day long, all of my life, like be working for someone else. But in the meantime, I start a little bit later today, so I decided to go live and I decided to do other things on my business. So I'm still doing this. On my days off, I work on my business because I can see that I am building a legacy for my dogs, for myself, for my family, for my future grandkids, and for myself, of course. I want to travel. I want to do so many things. But I want to be there for my babies, for my pets. They deserve it. They have given me so much love. So how do you feel in regards to your pets? Are you ready for them? Are you ready to afford those expenses? If not, please, I mean it. Don't worry. I'm here to help you. Go to my channel, like you're already here, but subscribe, follow it, follow me, go to the comments, and there's a blueprint that I'm sharing. Like I share information there, and I would love you to follow me because there's so much content that we are creating inside my online business. This is a business that I run while I'm working full time. I run in a specific amount of time in a day because I get taught how to do it in a short time. This is a business that I don't need to make like monthly expenses on it, like monthly payments. And this is a one-time investment that I did one day. And today I am doing it bilingual in Spanish and English. And I am just following the training so that I can help people like you and like me to change their current situation. I would love to help you. I would love to be there for you. I would love to help you change your life because it has changed mine. It definitely has changed mine. Do you see the background there? This is where I live. Yes, this is the 20th floor. And yeah, this is a life that I can afford because, yes, I work full time, but I also run my business. And believe me, I make more money from my business than from my work. And this is something that it didn't take 1 year, it didn't take a couple of months, but eventually I stayed connected with my program, I stayed connected with my training, and I have acquired some skills that are allowing me to do this. And very soon I will be able to just decide by myself when I am gonna work, when I am gonna have a day off, when, I can be wherever I want because I do it from my computer, from my phone, so I can plan ahead of time. And I am owner of my own time. I don't need anybody to decide about my time. And then I can be with my pets. So if you want to build something like what I'm doing today, I know how expensive food is for your pets. I know how expensive it is. Like to give your pets vaccination. I know how expensive it can be if you have a little dog, like let's say a Chihuahua, and that dog breaks his leg. What happens with them? You have to pay thousands of dollars. Thousands. And you don't want that. You really want to have the money to help those dogs, to help your pets so that they have the life that they deserve because you decided to become a pet owner. So you have to have the responsibility to be able to pay for their expenses because they deserve it. Because you deserve to be happy and in peace with your mind, with yourself, to know that you are there for them and you have the financial ability to pay for their expenses. First, if we don't plan ahead of time, if we don't have that financial budget, for their expenses. But I understand if you are only relying on a work and then you have so many recurrent fees, like you have to pay for your credit cards and you have to make that car payment and you have to pay for this and that and that and that, and you didn't consider in time about your pet, it can be super expensive. That's why me as a veterinarian, I can see it every day. I've been working with animals, with pets, for more than 30 years, and recently have been working here in Canada in a company where I can see so many people that had to surrender their pets because they couldn't afford their pets' expenses. It's heartbreaking. Like, I love people. I love to work with people that I'm a very compassionate person, or at least that's what they tell me. Like, I'm very compassionate about other people's pain. And when I see them suffering, when I see them like being so sad, then it is really, really sad to see how they had to surrender their pets, how they had to ask their veterinarian to put their pets to sleep, It's very, very, very sad. Give me a second. Let me see. I have to see this. Okay. Wait, give me a second. Okay. Oh, we have to be respectful here, okay? Like, I won't allow here disrespectful against anybody, so please restrain to comment anything that is inappropriate, okay? I am here just to help you to find different ways to I'm here to help you because I'm a veterinarian. I'm a digital creator. I have been working for animals for more than 30 years, okay? I have seen so much pain in people's eyes. I have seen pain in people's and families' lives. And I have seen like how much these people can be like heartbroken because they have to surrender their pets. I have seen them like not only sad, but heartbroken and financially broken because they didn't have the financial tranquility to pay for their beds. Let me see, like, I don't know. Mm. Okay, so what we want here is to be respectful to each other, please. Like, if you don't have anything to add here, just, we don't need to be like, okay, James, I don't know if you have anything else to say, but I am so sorry. I will have to. Uh, okay, so there we are. Okay, I will close now. My God, James, I really want to block you. I mean, you're just. Uh, okay, so we got rid of this person. Okay, so we want to be respectful here. That's very important to me because we have to be respectful to each other. Okay, so the intention of this life is very simple. I just want to share. I am a veterinarian. I work with people from all ages, and I have seen so much pain in people that, yeah, thank you, Tolene. I want just people to see and understand how important it is to plan ahead of time. As a veterinarian, I have seen so many families broken, so many hearts broken. I have seen so many pets being surrendered. Where I work right now, we receive animals that get surrendered. We receive animals that are sick, and their families could not afford their veterinarian bills. I've seen so many animals that are so sad. They don't want to eat anymore because their families had to go and surrender them because they didn't plan ahead of time. Having a pet requires so much responsibility. It requires planning, financial planning. It requires being aware and conscious about how much it costs to be a pet parent. A dog needs veterinarians. A dog needs to be walked. A dog needs good food. A dog needs vaccination, right? Same for cats, same for a bunny. Whatever animal you have, it requires attention. What happens when the day comes and you cannot walk the dog anymore? What happens when you are busy working like full time and you need to take your dog somewhere because your dog needs attention, because dog needs care, and you're working full time, so your dog is all day by itself. You need some money to take your dog at least a couple of days. Oh, she's sleeping. No, I don't want to bother her. She's in the other room. So you know, like, you can, if you follow me, you will see other posts where I am with one of my dogs. So they need attention, you know, they need your love. And it's not only love. Love doesn't pay your bills. And maybe you really love your dog, but you didn't plan on time. It's very difficult to go through their life without financial planning. You really need to be ready for that. I live in Canada, and just a veterinarian visit, it costs a lot, more than $100. Like, do you have that money? A vaccination can cost between $140, well, around $100 to $200, depending on the vaccination. If you need an X-ray, for $100. If you need a blood test, another $150. Like, what are you expecting? Like, do you have the money to afford all that? Like, treating your animal is very, very, very expensive. So if you have an animal at home, are you ready to afford his expenses? Because if you're not ready, you could start building a different life. Like, if you only depend on your work, you never know when they may fire you, or when they may say, like, thank you for your services, and you're gone. What would you do with your pet? Would you just go somewhere and surrender that pet to your shelter? To a shelter? I see so many cases that it happens. So I really recommend to be ready for those moments. I really recommend, if you could start a business aside of your work, that'd be excellent. That's exactly what I did. I work full time, and I was working full time like for years. And well, I still have to work a couple of months, but eventually my plan is to just live from my business. Because it has given me the possibility to live in a place like this. Like, look at the back, like this is the 20th floor, and I live in a very nice neighborhood. And this is something that I keep paying thanks to my business. If you know how it feels, you're a dad, you're a pet parent. If you have pets at home, it's really bad when you don't plan ahead of time. Like, I just received a cat. This cat was 10 years old, no teeth. Do you know why? That cat was very healthy, but they had to remove, oh, that's evil. They had to remove all their teeth, all her teeth. You know why? I'm like, oh yeah, I have 2 dogs. And they had to remove all their teeth because they couldn't afford their medical treatment. So that cat was 10 years old. An other person had to surrender her at 10 years of age. She still has another 10 years, 15 years probably to live, that cat. So her pet parent had to give her away. No teeth. Yeah. Thanks God we found a very beautiful house for that cat. That cat was with us around 5 months, 4 months and 20 days to be precise. I don't see myself surrendering my pets. But I also know that love doesn't pay for those bills. So I want to have the money to pay for those bills. And I'm speaking as a pet owner, but I'm also speaking as a veterinarian. Like, I graduated in the year 96, so almost 30 years ago. More, right? Yeah. Long time ago, like it's gonna be 30 years. And, you know, it was not easy to see how this cat was at this place where we were hosting her, like fostering her. There was another cat. That cat came with when I was gone, and the other one, they could not afford the treatment, so that was 1 year old. I have 2 pets. That cat was blind because they had to remove one eye because it was really bad, and the other one was already blind. 1 year old. Because his family did not have the money to pay for the treatment. So, do you see yourself like, I have the money to pay for those bills? Do you see yourself surrendering your cats or your bunnies or your pets or whatever animal you have? So I invite you to be ready. A change doesn't happen overnight. That's for sure. It takes time. But if we keep like procrastinating and saying or finding excuses, like my dad used to say, like, stop finding excuses, find a reason, Monica. And he told me, like, just start doing it, start changing your life. So that's what I did. Like, I am not a person. It's difficult for me to go through computers and all that, but I have learned so much that now I have my group, I have a community where I work mostly with women that have their pets. Some don't have their pets, but they care about animals. And we are building businesses together. I have multiple income streams. And this, I do this on like aside of my work my full-time work or full-time job. And I can build this. And I can build an income, an additional income. The income that is allowing me to live in this beautiful place, that is pet friendly, that is safe. I can walk my dogs in this place because it's safe for me. So what is your plan? What plan do you have to be able to retire with your pets? If you are, I don't know how old you are, but if you are planning to retire, I mean, there's no age to retire, you know. And if past, we were taught that we could retire after 60 or 65. No, I'm turning 55 next year. I am not planning to wait until I'm 60 or 65. I'm so sorry. But I am full of life and health. And yes, I'm in Canada. And I don't plan to retire and wait until I'm 60 or 65. My plan was 2 years ago when I started working online like 4 years ago, not about 5 years ago. And I had planned that by 55 I would retire. And that's exactly where I'm going. I'm almost there. Almost. So, but I don't want to retire myself. I want to retire with my family. I want to retire with my pets. And I want to give them a good life, you know? Like they will get old with me. But I want to have the money like in case that I cannot walk because if my dogs, the dogs that I have today, like leave, before I go, then for sure I will have another animal. But of course, that's another issue. Like I will choose an older animal. But if I don't have, for example, the possibility to walk that dog, then I will have the money for someone else to walk him. I will have the money to pay for her expenses, of his expenses. I have two friends. They are in their 60s. They cannot walk his dog anymore, and it's a huge dog. Like it's a very difficult situation that they're going through. And every time that something happens, they are trying to find someone to help them because paying for a person who walks their dogs, it's very expensive. Here in Canada, if you want to pay for someone who has like the liability and has the position and the possibility to offer you a good service, walking service for a dog, it costs, yes, but this life stays. It's just because of the time. Don't worry. It stays. And that's not the only social media I work with. This, if the people come back to my channel and then, don't worry. Thank you for being there. I don't care if it's only one person or if it's nobody. Like people looks at this. Like that's what I love about YouTube. YouTube hold like saves your lives and they stay there as an evergreen content. That's what I love about. I love YouTube because of that, because it stays on whenever people have time, they go back, and if they are interested, then they will watch the live or parts of it. So don't worry. I'm talking to the right person who is really interested to listen to this, and that's it. Okay? So I don't even look at the number of people who's watching me. Like I don't care about it. I'm talking to the right people. So I'm sharing this with my heart to those who really want to change their lives. I really want to impact the world because we have so many animals in different places of the world that are on the street. So I really want to help to change that. I really want to help those families or those people that do not have their money. Yeah, chase your dream, exactly. That do not have the money, but do want to have the money first to retire themselves, to retire their families, and to retire their pets. That's my dream life. And that's what I'm sharing. And I have people that work with me for this. Like they believed in my project and they work with me. I have my own community. I always invite people, if you are looking forward to learn about how to create a different lifestyle, then of course you can just go to the comments, and eventually you can go to others and you can find it. There is a link in my bio for my community as well. So you can also go there, and I have to see if, I accept people based on what I see about their profile. because I'm very like careful about whom I accept there. And you can be part of the community to when you where you can learn about pet care, about how to build your own online business so that you can afford your pets expenses. Like people would say like, oh, you're here to sell something. Well, it's not that I sell. I just share what I'm doing, what has helped me to change my life, and is helping all those who have believed in me so far and also were able to change their lives. I have a person who is working with me. She was really, really broken. And today her life is totally different. But he believed her. She believed in herself, and she just took action, started working on her business, and now her life is really different. Mine is very different. Of course, as anywhere, like those who work hard will have success. And usually, no, you're not the only subscriber. And usually, uh, these people like start learning, committing, and they will have success, same as I do. But well, so let me tell you again. You want to change your life. You want to change your pet's life. You want to be ready for those difficult moments where you will be struggling financially, then this is the right place. You landed in the right place because here I run a business. I do it while I'm still working full time. Like today I've started at 11. No, at 10, sorry. My time. So it's almost 9. You can start your online business. You can create multiple income streams. You can still work full time. You can do it like while you are home, where you are commuting or where you are traveling, because I create content while I'm with my family, for example. And well, this has paid for so many expenses, and my life is completely different. So you want to change your life. You want to see how different your life can be just by starting your own entrepreneurial like trip or pathway. Then you're in the right place. If you're really willing to change it, of course, if you're really willing to put in the time and the structure in your life to add that activity to your life so that it will look different. Because if you're still working, if you are working for someone or for a company and you are doing it like full time, then you may not have too much time left to live your life. You're just in survival mode. And then you may be broken. You may not have money. But what happens if you had the money to live a different life? So subscribe to this channel. If you like this live or you like it, just like and comment. And there's a link for my community. Inside my community, you're in a safe place. I choose the people that I want to have in my community, inside my community. You're more than welcome if you are interested, and if I accept you to be part of the of the community. So, it's nice to be here. I need to go and need to run now, and see you. Thank you for being here.